That is a stunning piece of wood. I would have never thought in a million years that that would have ended up coming out. Don't even see it very well because it's so shiny, the light's reflecting off of it. But I took that. So this is the project. I'm calling it my prehistoric bowl, as you can see from the title. The reason being is because it's old, chunky and rough around the edges, just like me. So, sticky and horrible. So yeah, yeah, nothing else to say really. It's failed. No good. So I'll see you guys next week. Fresh new project, one that works. And take care. Speak to you soon, and bye for now. Hello, welcome. It's cobweb. Get that out of the way. Hello, welcome. How are you all? Hope you're all well. Thank you very much for coming and joining us for another Sunday Lunchtime Live. As you can see, look, I got the new Makers t-shirt on. Look, all these awesome makers on this one t-shirt, all for charity. Anyway, so hashtag week again. So this month's hashtag is going to be a little bit challenging, but it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. It's going to be good how you guys, or what you guys come up with, and we'll see how you accept the challenge, as they would say. So this month's challenge is to turn a perfect sphere. So this is all going to be freehand, no jigs, no nothing, and we're going to try and do it all freehand. I'm not sure how I'm going to clamp it between centers to finish the other side off. I may just hand sand it, because you can buy I could have printed something off on the 3D printer. It's like cups, so you can clamp it between the chuck and the tailstock to obviously hold it to finish the cut edges, or the end, should I say. But obviously not everybody's got that facility, so I want to try and do it so it's something that you can do without having all the equipment. So I may just hand sand them. Obviously you can get one end finished perfect, but it's when you come to part off that's going to be the issue. But we may hand sand them. But anyway, that's the challenge, to do a perfect sphere, or try and get a perfect sphere. So you can colour your sphere if you want. You can leave it natural, depending on what you want to do with it. It's totally up to you. So what we're going to start off with is a piece of timber, and then I will go through roughly telling you how to set out to get the easiest way I find to get a perfect sphere. So while I'm getting suited and booted, I'll get Nick to welcome you all in.
Good afternoon, everybody. Hope you're all well. So we have Wood Wizardry by Colin, Michael McEwen. We have Gerard the French Turner, Copper Owl Woodturning, Doug Miller at Woodspun Around, Malcolm Douglas, Pete from Twisted Trees, Colin at Turn Links, Chris Dodds. Oh, naughty machine. I think I got that far. Alan Gibb. Todd at Glen Cove Woodworks. Wurzel the Wood Butcher. Grandpa Jim Woodturner. Len's Handcrafted Wood Signs. Barry's Wood Creations is on. Barry, all right, Barry. Susie Swiss Woodturner. Brian Walker. I've heard him before.
Good afternoon, Brian. Welcome to the channel.
Rex B's on as well.
Clean my glasses. Can't see out my glasses.
Paul Height and the Gravesbury Turner. Mike Evans. Don't know if I heard that name either.
Welcome.
Terry at Heckington Arts is on.
Terry.
Fred Gilliver. And I think, Jennifer's Craft Creations is on as well. I think I'm there. Like I say, if I've missed anyone, just put a comment in and I'll give you a shout out. I'm just going to go back and quickly read through chat just to see. I know there's a question from Rex, but it's right near the end. So.
Right, so obviously if you're starting with a square blank, then you round it first. So to get a perfect sphere, you need the same diameter and the same length. So if you've got, this is, I believe, about 70 millimeters across. Yep, 70 millimeters across. So we need 70 millimeters long. So obviously each diameter needs to be the same.
Vinnie Charlton's on as well. I must have missed him.
So then we need to find our centre, which is 35 mil. And then what I do then is I divide that again into two. So that gives me where I start to do my angles. So let's get that marked. Oh, not like that, right? It's been a long while since I've done a sphere, so could be a challenge. But it's about trying, and that's what it's all about. So we don't want to go no smaller, because that's our 70 mil already. 70 mil from there to there. So that's what we're going to get. So what the first thing we want to do is we want to put a parting line in here to know where we're going to go to. I don't want to go too small with that at the moment because.
Charlie at CET Woodturning's on as well.
Hi Charlie, how are you? We don't want to go too small with that at the moment because obviously we want a bit of stability there. So now it's just a case of gradually shaping it. So I'm going to use a spindle gouge and we're just gradually going to shape it around.
Right, so Rex said, would this perfect sphere be applicable to making the shawl pin with ring?
A what?
Shawl pin with ring.
As long as it's a perfect sphere on the end of it, I don't care.
Pete said, 2 bits of wood cut into a dish, one in the chuck and the other one over the live centre. O-rings improve it a bit, but if the wood is a soft wood, not cut smooth, it has enough friction to get it done. Yeah. You got that?
I think I have to hold it to turn off the ends.
Lucy's on.
Hi Lucy, how are you? Happy birthday. Oh, is Andy in?
Don't know, I ain't got that far. I'm still going through the chat.
So we don't want to be, what we don't want to be doing is, because
Not
this
yet.
is already our perfect diameter, we don't want to be taking this line out. This line needs to stay. Actually, it's just under that because it's not rounded it. But anyway, this line needs to stay. So when we sand it, we'll take the line off when we sand it. So we just need to take it just from the other side of that line around to get our perfect curve.
Gerard's just put on here, he was out of internet for a week. Some thugs opened several manholes in the estate and cut the fibre cable for fun. Guard are all over us at the moment. They were looking for copper cable.
Crazy, isn't it? What people
He's
do
in the
for...
kitchen, Steve, on the TV, so you can. Happy birthday to Andy. So if everyone wish Andy Bundy Rowe a happy birthday, that would be good.
Happy birthday.
No, don't sing.
What? What?
They're not ready for that. It's too early in the day for that, especially on a Sunday.
That's just absolutely disrespectful.
Like the windows as they are, thanks.
Right, so that's our first side. So let's gradually, again, we're not going to be able to go all the way this side because obviously we've got our...
Andy's on now.
We've
Happy
got
birthday, Andy. Wish him happy birthday. Don't sing though.
Happy birthday, Andy, for the 5th time.
Make it a 6th. Go on.
Happy birthday, Andy.
May as well hit 10. Go on.
Oh, that looks like one of those knobs at the end of your banister rail, doesn't it?
Norman Greenwell's on.
Hi, Norman. Like I say, we need to keep that line in there. And it looks a little bit long on this end, so it's going to take a little bit more off of that.
No, Nicky won't sing, Pete. You've got no fear of that whatsoever.
Yeah, you're safe. You are safe. It's close. It's close. We just need to take a little bit more out of here.
Lucy said they went out for breakfast this morning. They got cake for this afternoon. Gerard put, I nearly lost internet. Oh no, it's Steve trying to sing.
Just gradually.
Oh, Dancers with Aardvarks is on.
Good afternoon. We need to take that down a little tiny bit. So I'm struggling to get in there because I've got this great big bit of timber here. Oops. That's better. So I just want to measure that because that looks a bit long this side compared to the other side. So I'm going to bring that from my point to there. Yeah,
Lucy, you ain't heard him.
What's that? What's that?
She put, I'm sure there's nothing wrong with Steve's singing voice.
I sing like an angel, Lucy.
Being strangled.
Who's had his
Oi,
finger
I know you're gonna say.
finger caught in a machine.
Bing.
Yeah. Right, that's where we want to be. Thought I did look a little bit long there. Right, so just bring that round gently.
Pete put, didn't get up until this afternoon. Late party last night. Must have been celebrating Andy's birthday. Oh, Norman said Emma's put a video up on Turning Spheres on Friday.
Oh, that's convenient, isn't it?
Yeah. Roy's the boys on.
Right, Roy. Late again, I see, Roy.
As everyone calls him, Delroy.
Late again, Roy. Late again. Always Roy late, always.
He likes to make an entrance, don't you, Roy? You don't listen to him. Tell him he's blinking lucky you're there.
Always late.
I'm deleting these. I've got like 200 emails, all blinking rubbish.
Right, what's that look like then? What's it look like on the screen?
He's
Does it
put
look
busy, busy.
Does it look round on the screen? Oh, it looks round.
It does look round. Joe Senior's on. You're right, Joe.
Hi, Joe. How are you?
No,
Right.
don't.
So let's get this sanded up, and then we'll do something to it. Make it a little bit more interesting. So let's get it sanded up with some Abranet. So
I won't let him pick on you, Roy.
And there we can get rid of that line.
Lucy put, I bought food home from work last night. Chicken tikka and onion bhajis. It was free, but it's the thought that counts. Too right. He's doing some laser engraving for someone.
What, Roy?
Yep.
Never dodgy dealing.
We're being ditched again tonight, mate.
Who is?
We are.
Why?
They're going out.
Are they? Peace and
They didn't
quiet.
invite us, did they?
But we didn't invite your mum and dad when we used to go out.
Yeah, but you didn't practically live there.
This is true. I mean, practically.
Yeah, all right, live there then.
Right.
I'd
so
invite myself anyway.
that's why you don't say anything.
I just don't fancy where they're going, to be honest. So Susie's got a question. Is the wood wet because you are using Abranet instead of Klingspor?
No, the wood is not wet. The wood is bone dry. I believe it's a piece of Aruco or something. That's what it smells like to me. But you know me and woods.
Not a clue.
The reason I'm using Abranet is because Abranet is what I've got.
Roy said nothing dodgy about me. Len said, Steve, you made that look easy.
It's about your marking lines. If you get your marking lines right, then it should come pretty easy. It's just gradually shaping it. And when you get one side near perfect, you just iron up the other side. So it's better hand and eye coordination, really, more now.
Roy wants to know what the hashtag is.
The hashtag week is a perfect sphere, Roy. You can colour it how you like. You can do whatever you want to it once you've got it, but you've got to create a perfect sphere. And it's got to be done freehand. You can't use a jig. You can't cheat. We're just going to sand this up to 240. Actually, what we're going to do with it? Are we going to colour it? Are we going to put some pretty patterns on it? What are we going to do with it? What's people want to see? If you're really venturous, you could do a perfect sphere, and then you could hollow it all out. So 240, last one, and then we're going to Yorkshire grit it.
If Steve's doing it, they'll probably just be keep rolling, Pete. But how far does it have to roll to prove it's perfect?
Depends how far you can throw it, Pete.
Colin at Link said patterns.
Pans, yeah.
So Gerard said his godson worked as an apprentice carpenter and he gave me cuts off of what they use. Gave me a few pieces of Akoya. Anybody worked with it before?
Akoya. It's a hardwood, isn't it?
Todd said didn't look like a golf ball. Charlie said, how do they show it? You got to chase it around the room and take pictures of it, Charlie. Keep still. So you could have just a blur, Steve. You could have a montage of blurs. People trying to chase it around the room. And we went, have you seen the price of those jigs? Colin Izzard's on.
Hi, Colin.
Mike Yu from Ilminster's on as well.
Hi, Mike. How you doing?
Len said, now you're going to have to make a base to hold it.
I might know that little stub on there, actually. Right, so there is my sphere. So we need to decide what we're going to do with it, really. I like the idea of texturing it. I like the idea of that. But texturing it with what is the question? Don't want to texture it too much because it's going to take away it being a sphere.
I'm not sure, so don't ask me. It's too early in the day for me.
Yeah, it's too early. She's only been up 10 minutes before the live.
I wish. I wish.
Oh, what about if? Oh, I got a good idea. What about if we
go careful.
What about if we painted it black and then
you in black? Everything
hang
has
on,
to be black.
let me finish, and then put some of the camellia flakes over the top of it. Oh yeah, that's the way to go. That's the way to go. Right, so there's a plan there, Stan. And then I'll make this, and I'll pass it off just inside that. So there's a little stub hanging off it. I'll make a little base for it to sit on.
So Colin at Turnlink said, easy to make a jig out of birch ply with a piece of HSS for the cutter. Lucy said she might have made another purchase this week with oops faces almost. Wurzel Wood Butcher said, can you use a bowling ball to make a sphere, or would that be called cheating or using your initiative?
A bowling ball's not round.
Barry's Wood Creation said, band of texture.
Yeah, I did think about that, Barry. But I think I'm going to go with the camellia flakes because I think that'll look quite cool. Because there's not one flat surface on it, is there? So
Charlie said paint the world on it.
just put him on block,
How long
will
do you want to be here for?
Just block him, will you?
You know, I've got washing to do and housework to finish.
Be a continuous live until next Sunday. Has it got to be to scale as well, Charlie? Well, we know what Charlie's is going to be now, don't we?
Yeah, give it away, Charlie.
He's going to have the world painted on it.
Oh, that's good.
Right, let's let that dry.
Farm foods. Got to go farm foods. Oh, wooden bells on.
Hi, Heather, how are you? I'll get some gloves on because that
She's just bought another one. Because Colin said, did you treat Andy to a 3D printer, Lucy? He said, Maeve just bought another second one. You sound like Steve. Oh, constantly. How many have we got now? 4?
at the moment, yeah.
No, for now, for good.
At the
No
moment.
more.
Yeah, there is. There's one I'm looking at. Get my breakfast out. Right, so let's get some black gesso on this. So get my little tub of gesso out.
What's gesso?
Black paint.
Oh. I don't know why Steve, am still getting emails from your eBay account.
Oh, I don't know, Nick. I can't answer. Unsubscribe from. Sure, you keep spying on me. I'm going to put this at the bottom of my handrail on my banister, I am.
Not black. It might go.
It might be black when I finish it up.
If I like it, that's where it's going.
Right, so just let that dry off quickly. You got out of the way. This tub of gesso is going to last me 30 years.
Do you still get your emails from eBay?
Yep.
So why are we both on it?
That's because I made that mistake and paid for it with your account once, didn't I? That's the trouble.
Yeah, but you didn't. I didn't pay for it, did I? You did.
Oh no, I bought it for your account, didn't I? I bought it for your account.
Know.
So making sure we get in all those little green bits. I do, I think. Can you grab me some water, babe, please, or not?
Oh.
Thanks.
Pete said, "Don't go getting the borders wrong. Could cause chaos."
I don't order a lot from eBay really nowadays.
Lucy, but I know which one you're looking at.
How
much water do you want in there?
About half full, please. I'm looking at the V3 Creative, the Ender 3 V3, and also there's a new. I can't think of the name of the new. There's a new brand just come on the market, which does a massive, a bigger print bed. So it's like 400mm by 400mm print bed. I can't remember the name of the company. It's a Chinese company. Well, they're all Chinese, but I'm looking at that one as well. But I'm waiting for some information. It ain't been on the market very long. I'm looking for some information for it to come back on. So we'll see how that goes. But I'm a little bit dubious because it means I'll have to carry a second lot of spares. Where if I get the V3, all the spares will be exactly the same. So thank you. So I'd rather have machines that I've got all the same spares for rather than having two different lots of spares laying around. Right, so
Chris said paint it blue, a good winter colour.
Blur. Right, so we're just going to let that dry.
Oh no, Colin Izzard said he'll not do this hashtag, just had right eye and eyelid flesh removed. Oh, speedy recovery, mate.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
Wurzel said he's thinking about a resin printer.
Yeah, just research it first, mate, because there's other things you need with a resin printer. You need a clean and bay and all that other stuff because to wash it all off. So just research it properly before you go into that. You mean they do a better print, better quality print, but they are a little bit more expensive. Yeah, the V3 has got, you know, for the money you're paying for it, I think it's 300 quid or where it is.
Did you read what Colin put on there?
Colin.
Turn links. The spec of the V3 looks good. Thinking about replacing my V2 with one.
Yeah, the spec. I think are they over 200 quid or 300 quid? One of the two. They're either under just or under either of those. I think it might be 200 actually, just under 200 quid. They're a high spec machine really for that sort of money, and they print fast as well, which is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for something that prints a bit faster.
Lucy's just bought the Ender 5. Is that not one you've got?
No, I've got the Ender 3. Ender 3s I've got. Yeah, and I want something that prints a bit quicker because of all the stuff I print now. I'm struggling to keep up. So, right, so move that out of the way. Just dry this gesso off. Put that back in the cupboard out of the way. Ooh, nearly. The lid came off of that. Back in the cupboard before I knock it over. Right, so dry this. I'm gonna get some gesso on it. Not some gesso, some size on it. And then we'll decide what we're putting over the top of it. I need to go to the range and get some more brushes.
Oh, you left some in the house.
Yeah, but one of them ain't no bloody good because I left it too long and it's gone hard. I'm going to try and keep going all the same way so we don't get no crisscross lines on it. So when you put your size on, try and get a nice even coat so it all dries about the same sort of speed. And then that'll save having to wait around for it. So that'll do. Give it one coat is enough. So now we need to decide what flakes we're going to put over it. Something vibrant, I reckon. I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys come up with this challenge. Like I say, it's all about the sphere, about how you decorate it, or even if you just want to send it in plain, it's totally up to you. Oh my god! Oh my god! You can see she works in a school, can't you? Right, so let's just dry that brush off. Right, so just give that a couple of minutes to dry. It's going to stay tacky because obviously it needs to be tacky to stick the flakes to it. So we need to look at the flakes and see what we're going to put on it. So I have Emma's new flakes and I also have the old ones. So let's have a look what we've got any old ones. Hello, there's one missing out there. Where's that one gone? I've used it all. Must have used it all. Right, so we got, that's a green. Well, not really much camellia in that. It's like green and maybe a bit of blue. That's a blue with a purple. That's a red with a blue stroke purple.
Red with a red.
That's
Red with a
green
pink.
with a purple. What have we got here? We've got, that's very similar to that one actually. So we don't want that one. Oh, that's nice. Red with a yellow. That's nice. Purple with a red. Green with a, what colour is that? Green with a, it's hard to see that one. Don't know what that one is. So we've got pink with a yellowy orange. And then another green with a bit of don't know what that is. Turquoisey blue colour maybe. So let's have a look. Something vibrant we want, don't we? I'm going to go with this one, I think. This Phoenix, which is red with like a yellow. I've got another one in there. Is that glitter or is that flakes or what? Yeah, that's blue with a purple, that one. So I think the flakes would be a bit better on this because it's much bigger. If that was smaller, then we'd use the powders. But because it's this size, we'll use. Hi, Ben. How are you? Yeah, so we're going to use this Phoenix. I don't know if you can see that on the camera. It's like a red that goes into a yellowy orangey colour. Or so we use that one. So just give this a few minutes. Let's get a heat gun on it just to draw up a little bit more. Oh, my wire's tangled up. Don't forget Terry's live tonight, folks. I'm sure he'll chuck his link in. So I think that will do. Still a little bit tacky, but enough to. You have it too tacky, then what will happen is the glue will get to your brush and all the flakes will stick to your brush. So don't breathe when you're using this because you will inhale. So just gonna get these on. Now, if you want any of these flakes, then Emma Cook, Tiny Turner does them. Go over onto her website and you can buy them.
Pete's put, you need a 54 by 36. All workshops are exactly a third of the size you need. Yeah, even Steve's is huge. He still ain't big enough. The workshop, I mean. Never satisfied with what you got.
You're right there.
I was waiting for a comeback from that, but a bit slow on the uptake, weren't you?
I'm concentrating.
Oh yeah, I forgot you can't do two things at once.
I can't multitask. I'm a man. Should have really put a bit of paper underneath this, so what I don't use, what gets wasted off, could always be put back in the tub. But
Use a bit of kitchen roll.
a bit late now. I've got them.
Sweep it up. Could do with them little dustpan and brushes. Charlie's off because he's got a bit of headache from coughing.
See you later, Charlie. Thanks for
Take
coming,
care,
mate.
mate. Pete said size matters, Nikki.
Always. That's what you women tell us, anyway.
Dance Bad Right said you need some kind of flaking cabinet to reclaim all the flyers. Todd said the board has more flakes than the sphere. I'm with you there, Kezzy. That's my favourite colour as well.
What's that?
Red.
Right. Turn the extraction on.
It'll blow all your flakes away.
Sucking them all the ones on the board, so when I tip the board, it don't go on the floor.
Terry said, where did you get the flakes?
The flakes come from Emma Cook, the Tiny Turner's website. Well, not from her website, but they come from the Emma Cook, the Tiny Turner. If Nick can find it, she'll put the website on the in the chat.
I've got to do something. I don't even know where to look, mate.
Just type in Google search Emma Cook, the Tiny Turner.
Emma and Jenny's cooking video.
No, Nick.
Right, okay. Just can't believe you're so ungrateful.
So what we're going to do is to seal those, because the size doesn't really dry.
It's just literally on her.
Just put her website in.
So I'll put the link in so they can get straight to it, and that's got all of her DIY kits, finishing projects, timbers, fur for the gonks, resin and burr, everything.
So all we're going to do is just give it a quick coat of acrylic gloss lacquer just to seal that in, because that will stay tacky, because obviously the size won't dry. So it's just a light dusting just to seal in that.
So, oh bother, Terry's put his link in for tonight. So let's have a look. Emma's Pigments and Flakes. Did you buy a set or did you buy them individually?
I bought, I think there was 6 flakes and 6 powders.
There's one for ethereal powder, £30.
Then the camellia flakes.
Chameleon powders and flakes.
That's it, that's the ones.
Chameleon flakes. 5 pots. No, 6 pots, £30.
Yeah, they're not
That
cheap.
price, I hope you saved them up.
They're not cheap, but
You collect them back up. Oh.
But they go a long way. You mean, okay, I've done that, and hardly any you took out of the pot.
Stephen Madden's on.
Hi, Stephen, how are you?
He said he's doing the same thing with those flakes today, and yes, they're going everywhere. How cool would that look in my hallway, seeing as I've got red in my curtains as well?
No, you're not having it. You reckon my stuff's crap? You don't want it in your house?
Well, if I took out everything in the house that you'd made, wouldn't be having nothing in there.
Cool, that'd be lovely. There'd be loads of space.
It's all right, I'm not going to show my appreciation anymore.
Right, so that's dry. Should be dry. Yep, it's dry, so we'll just part that off, and then we'll make a little base for it. It's all about the base. Take these gloves off. So we're just going to gently part that off in there.
Todd put no fighting during the live, please.
So we're just going to part this off. Just like that. And I didn't drop it. Yay!
It's time yet.
You didn't drop it.
You can leave the little stand on it.
Yeah, I'm leaving a little stub on it. Because now I'm going to try and find a little bit of wood. A little bit of wood. That we can make a base out of.
That was quite quick for you as well.
You told me if I weren't finished in an hour, you're going to divorce me. I tried to make it last, but...
You ain't that lucky, mate.
What I really want is a little bit that I had a bit in the garage, but I bet I've cut it up now. Where's that bit gone? I bet I've thrown it away. Ooh. Might do. Spill all the dust off of it. Oh, this would be perfect, I think. What do you reckon, folks? This might be a little bit bigger.
Todd said you sound like Terry and Brian.
Right, I'm going to just quickly show you something. I think this may be a little bit too big.
Brian, is he okay? We haven't seen him on here.
He's recuperating, isn't he?
Bless him.
Bless him. Right, let me just show you this. I think this bit of wood's too big. Right, I've got this piece here. Right, bit here, and I think that's too big. But I might just cut that down. What do you reckon if I cut that down?
Wood Risborough Colin said your picture quality is great now, Steve.
Thank you, Colin.
What would be
too
the amount
big?
of time he spends on it?
Too big, I think. Get up. Yeah, it's took me a long while to get it how I want it, but I'm actually getting happy with it, or I'm happy
For
with
now,
it.
yeah, for now, till he
Yeah,
finds
but
something else, and then they'll want to change again.
yeah, but that's what life's all about, isn't it? It's about improving. It's about improving. It's about it, isn't it? You got to get it. You got to get things right in life.
So this improving, does that also incorporate things in the house?
Don't be stupid, woman.
No, I didn't think so.
God, you come out with some stupid things. I got that. That's not really. I'll make a bit of a shape out of that. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. I really want a bit of billwood, but I haven't got a bit. So I'm going to quickly
Thought that was. What's that then?
That's too big. It's
Oh,
way too,
right.
that's
Can you
too
not cut
big.
that then?
Yeah, but then you're going to end up with You're going to end up with.
A smaller bit.
Yeah, you're going to end up. You're going to end up with two cut edges. It ain't going to look right, is it? That won't look right. No, forget that idea. Let me just quickly put a line through this, and then go so we can clamp it in the chuck. So just going to quickly go over to the drill, and we'll just quickly. I've drilled this, mark this out. Look, you see that marked out? Marked out. So just find the centre of that and just drill that.
Benjamin said, how much was that bill, Steve?
I don't know. That's an offcut of what I had, mate.
Chris Dodd said, cut off the pointy bit.
Yeah.
Terry
Slow
says,
down.
but I can't see because the stupid love heart's in the way. Make a bigger something for the wood, Steve, and I can't see what it says because.
Bigger sphere, I think.
Oh, bigger ball for the wood. If you make a Wurzel, he said, make another ball to fit on it with a flat bottom. If you do that, it's not going to be a ball, then, is it? It's not going to roll.
Let me get a clamp.
Not going to be a sphere.
That keeps grabbing that bit of wood.
Old man River's on.
Good afternoon, sir.
Steve Madden put, ooh, drill cam.
Right, let's try again.
Good afternoon, everyone. As I'm late, I've gone back to the beginning to watch.
Right, that should be good enough.
At least you can skip the paint drying.
Yeah, skip the paint dry. Right, so let's go back on this one. Get that clamped into there. So it's only a little tiny base really, just to clamp that, just so that can sit on it really. So let's just quickly get this roughened off. So let's go onto that camera with that. So you can see what we're doing. So I'm just going to quickly roughen this off. Shouldn't really be doing that because it's bowl orientation. Shouldn't be using a rough and gouge, spindle rough and gouge. Should be using a bowl gouge.
But why are you?
I don't know why I did it. Really, don't know why I used it. Really,
Not good practice, is it?
no, it's not. It's not very good
No.
showing people, is it? Doing it
No.
the wrong way.
Don't worry, he'll be punished later. I'll make him sit on the naughty step.
So are we round? Not quite. A little bit more. So this is a piece of cherry. Still not round. Nearly.
Wurzel said, no, a second ball and sit original on the top.
Oh, I see.
Ooh.
No.
Pete said, edit out, Steve, then it didn't happen.
Yeah. Right. She's round. She's round. Right, so let's get a connection in the bottom so we can grab it in the bottom. We'll flatten this surface off. Then we'll connect it. We'll put a small mortise in the bottom. And then we'll flip it and shape it. So just gently finish this off. We'll put a slight concave in the bottom of it so that it sits on the edge and not actually rocking. Like so. So we're going to mark for our mortar. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the SC2 chuck to hold this. So let's make out what we want. I can never remember the sizes. I should really write the sizes on the chucks. So it'll be easier, wouldn't it? So for a mortise, we require 42 millimeters. So find our center.
Well, he said his chat's been stuck on his phone for ages.
Gosh. Sure,
Crystal said
technology.
your punishment should be to do a captive ring on the stand.
Who said that?
Crystal.
Right, so let's just
Doug Miller's got to go. Take care, Doug.
see you later, Doug. Thanks for coming over. Right, so
Steve Madden said, I do the same. Any tool will do, and that's why I don't have a tutor's badge. Raymond Wise is on.
hi Raymond, how are you? So just cut this out slightly.
Oh, he's having trouble. You know why, Roy? That's karma, that is.
Because you was late.
Oh, I'm getting there before Steve did.
So I'm just going to clean that out with a small, oh, it's gone. Small scraper, I was going to say, but it's in the drawer. It's been demoted to the drawer.
Now it feels.
And just to make it pretty, we'll just put a couple of little lines in there just to...
Don't stick it to it, because that won't be able to go on the bottom of the stairs if you do that. Is it the same size as the knob that's at the bottom of the stairs?
No,
Oh,
not big enough.
well, best you do me another one then that is big enough. So you shouldn't do things like this, should you? Because then I want Why are you not answering me?
No, I'm concentrating. Sorry, babe.
So I'm used to being ignored.
You should be used to it by now. Then.
Yeah, I should.
Oh, let's just quickly sand this off on the bottom. So 120, bit of 180.
Brian Lovins is on.
Hi, Brian. How are you?
And Copper Woodturner said, "Hey Steve, why do you not have a 3D printed template for each set of jaws, morts, and tenon?"
Well, it's funny you should say that. I did actually create this. Don't know if you can see it, can you? I did actually create this for my tenon, but this is for the SC2 chuck, SC3 chuck, no, SC4 chuck. So that's the tenon for the SC4 chuck. But these were a prototype, but they're not big enough. They need to be bigger. But I might do one with the tenon and mortise on one side for the SC3 or SC4, same chuck, and then do one for the SC2 as well. But that was a prototype. I was playing around with that, but right, 240. So I'm going to go with that, 240. Bit of sand and sealer on it. I'm just going to use my tissue just to burnish that. Just bring a little bit of a sheen on it. I'm not going to put no wax on it. Just going to use
Not
the
gonna
tissue.
wax on, wax off.
No, I'm just going to use the tissue to burnish it, just to give a little bit of a sheen to it. You can use shavings if you wanted to.
If you're a cheapskate.
If you're a cheapskate. So let's take that out of the SC4 chuck. Take that chuck off. Put the SC2 chuck on. And we can clamp that into there. Like that. So now we can start getting some shape onto that. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take the face of this off. Because it's not very square, as you can see. Tool rest is too high. So we don't want it huge, we just want enough just to bring it up. So do we concave it so it actually sits the same shape as the sphere, or do we do it so it actually sticks up and you can see it so it looks like it's floating? I think so. It looks like it's floating. What do you reckon?
Yep.
Right.
Or does my opinion not count anymore?
Of course, your opinion counts, baby. Not. Right. So we don't want it very big. So let's get rid of some of this waste material. So I'm using the
John
bolt.
Mooney's on.
Hi, John. So I'm using the bolt. Oops.
He stood himself in the corner for being late.
Using a bowl gouge for removing some of this.
Whereas I said, "Oh dear, just gone down another rabbit hole and got a glass infusing kit. Anybody tried it before?"
No.
Um,
So I just want to remove. I don't want a massive base on this. I just want enough to. Spindle gouge.
Quite mild out today, isn't it?
There's my. It's warm in there, isn't it?
Hmm.
Right, so let's spin that round. Zoom out a little bit so you can see. So what we need to do now is just gently curve that in so that we have a continuous curve all the way up to our piece.
Copper Owl said show us not what to do.
So again.
Copper Owl Woodturning said show us not what to do.
So that's a continuous curve on there. Oh, do I want to take the tool rest out for? Oh. So I need to get my vernier, see how big this tenon is, which is going to be a strange size. Oh, no, it's not. Spot on 10 millimeters. That was well planned, weren't it? What? If you believe that. Right, so get a chuck. Let's drill a hole in there. 10 millimeters in the center. Not very deep, only needs to be a couple of millimeters deep. 10 mil drill bit. Must be that one then. So, oh my goodness. That's the mic gone.
You're not funny. To be honest, guys, I don't care what Steve has as long as it keeps him out of the house.
You are? What
Nothing.
was that?
Nothing. I love you, darling.
Yeah. Could do a flat piece like a 10 mil Forstner bit really, because that's giving me a concave in the bottom or a shape in the bottom which I don't really want. Don't know if I've got a 10
Don't
mil
think
Forstner.
so, Roy.
Oh, I might have. What's the matter?
Has the chat stopped?
No chat, Roy. That's your dodgy internet connection. 9 mil. 9 mil's gonna have to do. Trouble is with the record power Forstner bits, they're all imperial. No.
Lucy, I'm sure Steve would recommend that. I don't know whether you do have it, but that you buy the casings that go around the printers, because it stops a lot of dust, doesn't it, Steve? And
Not dust, it's draft as well. If when you're printing, if you open and shut a door and there's a draft blow through, that can affect your print quality.
they're just a bit like a sort of like a tent
Polytent.
kind,
Yeah.
yeah, poly tent, yeah. They're not expensive, are they? But you can get them like certain sizes and that. But
I always put all mine in enclosures. You don't have to. You mean when it gets summertime, the only thing they do struggle is they get a little bit too hot. But you can. I just leave the door open or don't zip the door right up. But well worth having. And plus, they, like Nick says, they stop the dust getting on them as well.
Susie said, when do you use the flakes and when the powder?
Well, I normally use the powders for small pieces, and then use the flakes for bigger stuff, because I think with the flakes you get more of a chunky look. With the powders you get a very, I don't know if I've got anything in here that I've done powders with. Where's that bit I did the other day that I did powders on? With the powders you get a very smooth.
Is it fine? I suppose they're finer as well.
Yeah, very fine. I can't find it. If not, I'd show you. You get a very smooth finish with the powders, but with the flakes you get more of a chunky look, which I prefer on bigger pieces. Right, so let's get this quickly sanded up. Where's my 120?
Yeah, Wood and Bell said the powder can look a little smoother.
Oh my god, you put stuff down that's gone in it.
I haven't touched it. I've not been in there.
Oh, thanks.
Not put anything away.
So let's just quickly sand this up. I'm going to leave this natural, just to complement the other piece.
How much are we betting that we go back in and they're still sat on the sofa? Not done your chair.
Uh, 180.
I can tell you, Lucy, but I will ask him, but I bet he'll say rubber. Lucy said, what would Steve recommend to replace a steel garage roof and pitch about 15 degrees?
Rubber. Get rid of the metal. Metal sweats, causes condensation.
Terry said, is that a funnel I see there, Steve?
Yeah, it did go through the bottom. Terry?
The professor's on and said, Roy's bought his internet, because Roy's internet's playing up. Roy's bought his internet for £5 from a bloke in the pub. And Susie said, black painted base would set the sphere off nicely. And Terry said, what colour are you going to paint that one, Steve?
Well, I was going to leave it natural, but
What would she need to put under the rubber, Steve?
you need tongue and grooves OSB or Sterling board. They come in 600mm by 2.4 meter lengths, tongue and groove, so they all interlock. If you can glue the joints, because it will be much stronger, you won't get no creaking in the summer. If you don't glue the joints, as it expands and contracts during the summer, that'll creak.
The good thing with rubber is it lasts a long time. It's a bit more expensive than anything else, but done it.
Rubber's got a, if you have an approved installer put a rubber roof on, it's got a 25-year guarantee, but it'll outlast that, double that easily.
I mean, you changed all. We used to have that corrugated stuff, didn't we? Did
On
you have that on your
Jolene?
garage?
No, I had it on the carport. On
Oh,
Jolene.
that's what I meant, on the carport.
Yeah.
And
I
changed it
should
all
with my
to
Porsche.
rubber. Best thing, like I say, not cheap thing to do, but well worth the money because you wouldn't ever have to worry about it.
If you put rubber on it, you ain't got to worry about it ever again. That'll outlast you. That's for sure. Right. Brush. Black gesso. I wasn't going to colour this, but
Everyone said.
I could blame Susie and Terry.
Eric Winkler's on.
Right, here we go.
He's colouring it just for you, Susie.
So just let that dry off. Especially for you.
Stop singing. You've been told about that. The insurance don't cover that when you sing.
Oh my god.
What you done?
Crap on the side.
Oi. Oh, you know what you'll be doing after your live then, don't you?
See you later, Barry. Thanks for coming over, mate.
Yeah, take care. Pete said rubber roof because it is guaranteed longer than I am and I don't want to do it again. Lucy said, Steve, that'll be a job for Ginge of Shergold. And stay then. Handy knowing these people.
Yeah, you can't fault. You mean I do rubber and the GPS fiberglass, but to be honest, I prefer doing the rubber any day of the week. The fiberglass is such a messy job; it stinks. And if it's a really hot day, you really struggle getting it down in time before it starts curing. Both have pros and cons. But it's like anything, everything's got pros and cons.
Terry said the singing was as good as Joe then, Steve. Have you been taking lessons?
Oh, I bet he was howling in the background, was you, Terry? Right, bit of
Steve,
size.
look what I've got up on this other screen quickly.
Oh no, not if it's dirty.
No, it's not, but look. Just looking at food.
What are you looking at food
I
for?
don't know why it's even on there. I was looking at because of good
Food.
price.
Right.
But I don't know if you're
What we'll do is we'll do the same colour on this, but of the powders, so you can see the difference.
You are spoiling them today.
I know. I like to treat them now and again. They do support me, so you know, favour for a favour. So we'll let that dry off. Like I say, I have the same colour. It's not called the same, I don't think, is it? It's called Inferno in the powders. What's it called in the flakes? Phoenix in the flakes, but it's very similar.
Oh God.
Keeping you up, love?
Yeah, just a bit.
Slept till dinner time.
I
You
wish
still
I
tired?
did.
How come Jack come and woke you up this morning?
He didn't wake me up. That sounded so wrong.
You were Sando when I came through.
I was awake when Jack came down. Again, watching paint dry.
Actually, it's size.
What?
It's glue.
Oh, still watching it dry.
Right, so let's get some. It's a bit big actually, that brush. Get a smaller one. Right, so these are the same sort of colours than the last one, but these are the powders. So we'll. Oh, there's not much left in there of them. Oh no, I was on the right camera, Steve. So let's have a look.
So the hashtag is a sphere. As near to a sphere as you can get it.
And we've got to get the pictures to me by.
17th. No, 16th. 2 weeks. Yeah.
on a Friday.
Yeah, 16th. So they'll be on the live on the 18th.
Are we here on the 18th?
Yes, next week.
Right, so that is the flakes. Like I say, similar sort of colours to that. I mean, sorry, that's the powders. Sorry, similar sort of colours to that, but you can see the flakes are more chunky, so they're not as efficient as colour changing as the powders. So what we're going to do again, we're going to put a slight, just a little dusting coat of.
Rubber roof sheets don't come in sheets, Colin, that comes in lengths, don't it, Steve, like felt?
You have to have it cut to the size you require because it's a single piece, up to 100 square meters. The biggest one I've done is 100 square meters, which is one sheet. And then
Yeah,
cut. If your roof is say 4 meters by 3 meters, then you need 3.4 by 4.9 because you need 200 mil each edge to overhang to allow for the trimming and everything else. Right, so just quick dust coat of this.
Yeah, it sort of comes rolled up a bit like felt does.
Yeah, you buy it as you need it. You don't buy it in sheets and then glue it together. That comes as one continuous solid piece. So that's that. So just get the hot air gun and just gently dry that.
George Watson's on.
Hi George, how are you? Thanks for coming over.
He said, hi, what is the difference between ethereal and chameleon?
Couldn't tell you. Couldn't tell you, mate. Never heard of the other one. Someone in the chat might know.
They're on her website.
Are they?
Yeah. Real Simple Things is on.
Hi Baz, how you doing, bud?
Lucy said her roof's about 28 by 19.
Is that feet or meters?
I can't see.
That's feet, isn't it? 28 feet by 19.
You can join it, can't you?
You can, but you don't need to because they do up to 100 square meters.
All right.
100 square meters is like just 10 by 10.
It's like 100 square meters. It's like 100 square meters, babe.
That's 10 square meters. 10 meters by 10 meters. 100 square meters. That's massive roof. I don't do felt no more. I used to do felt a long while ago, but I don't do it now because it's not cost effective. Because yes, okay, it's a little bit cheaper to install. Labour's exactly the same cost, so it doesn't really matter. But obviously, it costs more to in the long run because you get a good felt 10-15 years maximum before it starts weeping. With rubber, put it on 50 years later, it's still as good as new. So that's a no-brainer, really.
Felt rips a lot easier as well, doesn't it?
Well,
rubber don't rip at all, does it?
Felt's all right until the wind gets under it, or it starts. Once you start getting a leak on felt, it just gets worse and worse and worse. And it's just.
Colin said Emma did a post about it recently on Facebook about the colours.
Right, so there is a little blister coming there. That's where you're trying to rush it, Steve. But anyway, so that's going to fit in there like so. I'm not going to glue that in there for now because that needs to dry a bit better first.
And that needs to go on the bottom of the stairs, so it's not gluing it in really.
I will stand it in there just to show you. What I will do is I'll just put that back in the lathe and polish that up a little bit better.
So it's nice and shiny for the bottom of the stairs.
I'm sure I can hear something in the background. So there is my sphere. Perfect sphere. Does it look round from the top? Yeah, it looks round from the top.
So Woodenville said, George, the ethereal look white, a bit like opal, but the show colour as you move them. The chameleon are more of a solid colour to start.
Yes, the rubber roof, the rubber roofing,
effective in the long run.
The rubber roofing works out around about, if you're buying it yourself to fit, about £10 a square metre. That's for the rubber. Then you got all the glues to buy on top of all that.
And the edge,
So
don't have to buy edge and strip.
yeah, what you're better off doing is going to a company called permaroof.uk and go on to their on their webpage. They've got a link where you can design your own roof. So you tell it the size of the roof, and then pick which side you want drip trims, which side you want upstands, and then it gives you a cost for everything you need to do. So go over and do that if you want a price. But that's to install yourself. If you install it yourself, you will not get the guarantee. You have to be a accredited installer to get the guarantee. They're obviously warranting the materials, but they won't warrant anything else. So anyway, there is my sphere.
So,
Does it
Susie
look
says
round?
looks pretty. Colin said looks good. Lucy said very pretty. Len said well done. Copperell, beautiful.
Beautiful.
Steve. Fred, very nice. Steve. Terry, very nice. Steve.
That was just for Terry, that was, to do that sphere. Just for Terry.
Has he got to do his tonight?
Well, it's up to him when he does it.
Mhm.
Right, let's get these tools put away.
Do a big one, and I'm at the bottom of the stairs, Terry. So I know you love me, Terry.
Yeah. Sucker.
Lucy said thanks, Steve.
It's all right.
Wood Mystery said very cool, Steve. Chris Dodd's nice. Alan Gibbs, Steve, great job.
Thank you very much. So anyway, like I say, it's more about the sphere, but I look forward to seeing what you come up with it. Right, so let's get rid of all these lights before I come back on camera, because if not, you will all be blurred out.
Blurred?
Blurred.
It's a blur, 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 blur.
See what I have to put up with. The kid in the background. Right, so hashtag, what should we call it? Hashtag.
Looks like we're going on the naughty step together. Roy said nice work, Steve. Colin Izzard said looks nice. Can't see what Terry said. You should have done a vase. Perhaps I will.
So don't forget, hashtag, what we're going to call it? Hashtag sphere. Yeah, hashtag sphere.
And
hashtag
Terry's
sphere.
link is on for tonight. What time
7
is it on? 7 o'clock?
7 o'clock, I believe. So hashtag sphere. Get your pictures over to me by the 16th if you can. That would be absolutely amazing. Then I will get them all ready for the montage on the 18th.
Well remembered.
It's all about the sphere. The colouring is an added extra, but it's all about the sphere. If you just want to put
base,
it's all just the sphere.
Not
If you want to, will you shut up a minute? It's like being in the house. I can't get one in edgeways.
Sorry.
If you want to just do a natural sphere, then that's fine. I haven't got a problem with that, but it's all about the sphere. So it's obviously as best you can get it. So like I said to you before, work out how big you want the circumference of the outside diameter of the sphere, and then have the piece the same length. So start off with the same length by the same width, and that will make life much easier for you. Like I said, I mark mine in between as well, just so I know roughly where I'm going to start scooping around. But it's up to you how you do it. But it's get out there and have a go. That's what the hashtag weeks are all about. It's about getting in your workshop and having a go at something you wouldn't normally do. So I look forward to seeing what you guys come up with. Right, now you can talk.
No, I'm not talking now. You talk.
I'm going to show you guys something that I've been working on quickly. Just really quickly, if I can get the camera out.
Bore them again.
I don't know if this camera will work, but we'll find out when I click on it. Something we've been working on for the buddy range. What do you reckon to those? Look, you see those? I can't pull the camera out too far because of so sand and storage. So these are for the 50 mils. That's for the 30 or 40 mils. I think they are 38 mils. So they are prototypes working, and they actually got a hole in the top so you can stand your sanding arbors in as well. So been working on those. So something new coming to the buddy range, which is quite good. Hope you all have seen the Hampshire Sheen holders as well. They're all going well, or up and going, so that's good. But other than that, if you guys have got any ideas for anything for the buddy range, something you want for your workshop, then give us a shout. I'll always try and accommodate where I can. If we can make something for somebody that's going to make life a bit easier, then it's worth doing. And like I say, this is what I was playing around with the for the tenon. for the SC3 and 4 chuck. But like I say, the handle's a little bit small. It's a little bit too tiny, especially with my paws. So I might do one where it's got the tenon on one side and then something for the mortise on the other side, so it's universal for both. But anyway, that is what we're working on. So other than that, we're going to go. It's 2:30. It's not as late as I thought it was. I thought it was later than that. That was a quick life.
Yay. Oh, sorry, did I say that out loud?
So right, so like I say, hashtag sphere. Get your pictures over to me at skkrafts@btnet.com by the 16th, ready for the montage on the 18th. Other than that, Terry is on at 7 o'clock tonight. Make sure you go and check Terry out. Link is in the description. Other than that, guys, I will see you next Friday. Sorry I weren't here last Friday, but it was my daughter's 23rd birthday and we all went out for a meal. So that is where we was. So I do apologise, but unfortunately, family comes first. So other than that, we're going to go. Say good night, Nick.
Good night.
Yeah, good night. Say good
Going
night.
to me to bed, are you?
Yeah, you've been naughty. You're going to bed. See you later, guys. Thanks for
Take
coming
care,
over.
everybody.
Take care.
Have a good afternoon. Bye.
Are you finished talking? I can talk now. See you later, guys. Take care. Bye for now.
Bye.
That's all, folks.